What is it that you feel you have found here in Colombia that you weren't getting in the United States?
Happiness. If I had to just name, if it could only be one thing, I would say happiness.
One of the most surprising things about YouTube already has been it's kind of already changed my life, even though we're only up to 560 subscribers at the moment of making this. One of the biggest surprises is people reaching out to me and like saying that they're in Colombia or they want to meet, and I'm about to go meet a subscriber for my channel, and I've really met, like, this will be the second one that I've met already, and it's pretty fascinating. It's pretty cool that just in a really short period of time I've had several people reach out and say, hey, you know, I'm gonna be in Colombia, let's meet up here. One thing that I really look forward to is the channel is really the people that you can get connected with. I know a lot of people don't really like Andrew Tate, but I was watching something of his the other day, and he said, you know, they're asking him like, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you putting out all this content? It's very provocative stuff. He's like, well, I'm putting all this stuff out there because maybe there's people out there that also think like me, and I want to meet that person and I want to make them become my friend. And I thought that was a really cool thing, like through YouTube, through the internet or whatever, cultivating a group of people, maybe down here in Pineda one day, maybe down here in Colombia one day, of some like-minded people. I know nothing about this guy, just that he likes to do photography and videos, and I had some free time, so it's like, whatever, fuck it, let's see it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so what's your name, bud?
Name's Sidro Steele.
Sidro Steele. How'd you find my videos?
Bounced around YouTube looking for information about Colombia.
You've obviously been thinking about Colombia for a really long time. What was it that finally broke the camel's back that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna come down here, and you know where I'm getting at?
Yeah. Getting fired from my job.
What exactly happened? So you worked at a tattoo place.
Yeah, and a couple gay couples came in, and one couple says to the other one, because they brought their children, they had a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old, they said, oh, look at you bringing your kids to the tattoo shop. And the lady I was working on says, oh, that's nothing, we take them to drag shows. And you know, I didn't say anything, it was, you know, it's none of my business. But then as we were closing up, somebody said something to me about it, and I just said, hey, you know, it's fucked up, you shouldn't sexualize children. And apparently that's something that I'm not allowed to say.
The woke mob got you.
Yeah, the woke mob got me a little bit, and I think it was just like, that was the final straw too, because other things had happened, and you know, just to be straight up, I'm not woke and I'm not liberal, and I'm proud of it, and I don't care if people like it or not. They don't like me, so it's like, why do I care whether or not these people that already dislike me more? You know what I mean? Like,
so a lot of the things that are going on in the United States right now has brought you here.
Absolutely. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being knocked for being a white man. I'm tired of being knocked for being a straight guy. I'm tired of being knocked for coming from a good Christian family. I'm just tired of it. All these people that just want to scream and yell at all the productive, good people in our country, and then raise these put these degenerate people that want to be pedophiles towards children, put these people up on a mountaintop kind of thing. It's like, no, man, it goes against everything that I was raised to believe, and I'm not with it. And it's cool, like, I don't hate nobody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't wish harm on anybody or anything like that, but that's what y'all do, okay? I don't do that kind of stuff, so I don't want it around me, and I don't want it around the people that I love. It's not much to ask.
And so what is it, so those are the things that are pushing you away from the United States. What is it that you feel you have found here in Colombia that you weren't getting in the United States?
Happiness. If I had to just name, if it could only be one thing, I would say happiness. One of my favorite things about Colombia is the gender roles are defined, and the women do not compete with the men. They love men being men, and they want to be feminine women. I love that. I love the fact that people are a bit more traditional, and family is a big deal here. You know, it's amazing to me that in America we have so much wealth, but our people are more divided and families are more separated than at any time in our history. It's like our wealth divides us. And here, where people literally, where pennies mean something to people, you see if they're giving and they're very caring and they love each other. It's a completely different piece of energy, and I love it. Don't want to go back to the United States unless I have to. Seriously.
Yeah, people in the United States, like, they, you know, even families are split up and divided over political issues.
Absolutely.
Whereas here, yeah,
it's amazing to me. It's like, I never found myself like really hardcore on the right until everybody started screaming at me for not agreeing with just some of this stuff. It's like they conflate one thing. They say, oh, well, if you're against, you know, these gay dudes in drag shaking their dicks at little kids, then that means you hate gay people. And it's like, no, you're conflating the two. What I don't think is right is for you to groom or sexualize children. Let them be children. You don't have to teach a 5-year-old about your sexuality. It has no business to a 5-year-old. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
My goodness, man.
Imagine here, it probably feels like what America was like.
Oh, in the 90s, for sure.
In a previous time.
Oh, absolutely, in the 90s. This is Colombia dead ass reminds me of the 1990s in America. The people are smiling, the music, just the whole vibe of the place. There's cons with Colombia too.
Yeah.
People are very, very desperately poor. You have to watch yourself. But I haven't found anything.
You were saying that when you were coming here, people were telling you you were crazy because of how dangerous it is.
Absolutely.
But you were saying you spent time in New Orleans. You spent time in
all over the United States,
major big cities where
most dangerous cities in America.
Yeah. And you'll find yourself in a lot of times worse situations than you'll find yourself in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the energy. The thing is, like here, as long as like you're not chasing girls of the night, you're not chasing a white line, and you're not drinking to excess and putting yourself in harm's way, people don't typically get robbed on their way to church,
Yeah.
So like as long as you got a good energy about you and you try to surround yourself with good people, the likelihood of bad things happening to you decreases greatly. I'm not saying that it's impossible. What I'm saying is, like a lot of these times you hear about these guys in Medellin. They'll be like, oh, I got robbed. And it's like, yeah, you got robbed because you were trying to chase
too thirsty.
Yeah, exactly. Like
thirsty,
you put yourself in this situation.
Yeah, and they know you're there, and so they're hunting for guys like you.
Absolutely. And you put yourself in a position to where you can get robbed or drugged or something like that, and it might happen.
Yeah.
But that would happen in the United States too. So, a guy flashing money in Detroit or in New Orleans or something like that. Like, yeah.
But what do you like doing down here in your spare time now that you're kind of,
really relaxing?
In a different life. Yeah.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe how wound up I was just from being in America. I was really pissed about getting fired. And just, I get upset when I see what's happening to my country, like my father, my mother, my grandparents, my uncle. I've got a lot of people that I'm extremely proud of that served our country with honor and dignity. And it pisses me off to see all this degenerate stuff happening. So, like, I came here to relax and to get to know myself a little bit better, try to get into a little bit better shape. And I wanted to learn a different language, right? And I wanted to learn about filmmaking, and I wanted to film birds and just try a different kind of culture out.
You show me some of your bird stuff. You're really good at you're really talented at it. Yeah.
So far I've gone to Bogota, Medellin, Santa Marta, Pereira.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to say this right. But Pereira is mi favorito. It's really laid back. I love how there's a lot of family people, and it's a lot safer and a lot cleaner. It's a great city. It's my favorite one so far. I feel safe just about everywhere I've gone. And that's a far cry from Medellin.
And you even stay in a pretty local part of town from my
there's not a single gringo anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I get looks, like people are like, holy shit, a white man,
Yeah,
get that look,
Pasa mucho. Do you think that you'll ever see yourself settling in Colombia?
I would like to, yes, and maybe do 6 months and 6 months. Like there's a lot of foreigners that do that, go to the States and make money and then come back and relax. Like that's really appealing. I've just had health problems, and I've worked a lot my whole life, and like to me it's about living instead of just working all the time now. I just want to live.
That's a big thing you can learn from the Colombians here.
They
like enjoy their lives very much.
And they don't. I think it's funny because we as Americans always think that money is everything, and to Colombians, money is important, but it's not at the top of the mountain. To them, their family is very important, or the things that they love are very important, versus it just being so money driven like the United States.
Well, guys, you heard it. If you're in the United States and you think it sucks, there's people out there that are finding a different life, that are finding a life that they enjoy more, where their
Colombia is a wonderful country. It's beautiful. The weather's great. The people are wonderful. The food's pretty good. needs a little bit of work.
It needs
you
some
know?
work, yeah.
I lived in New Orleans.
But the produce and stuff that you buy,
oh my God,
delicious.
The flavor, flavor and the fruits and the vegetables is just amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe. It was like night and day. It was like almost eating it for the first time. When I ate a strawberry from here, and the grapes that I ate from here. You know, like just the amount of flavor that was in it just blew my mind. So yes,
incredible.
That part's great.
Incredible. Yeah, guys, Colombia, check it out. Like I said, if you're in the United States and you don't like it, there's some other cool spots out there, some other people that are doing it too. Thank you very much. God bless. Peace out.